here with the recap of Week 4. This week was another wild one. We had an undefeated team lose, we had a winless team win, and now we have 7 teams that are either 2-2 or 1-3. It is absolutely anyone's season. 2 of the Panleaguers brothers are chasing down Keith for the division like the bullies from Forrest Gump. In the Average Joe's division, we have Remember the Raiders and Yo-Yo Ma tied at the top, with Yo-Yo Ma a winner of 3 straight games. Week 4 high score of the week is the Dark Horse. It is Jake's first high score this season and second in league history. His CJ Stroud and Nico Collins stack might be the best in the league right now as they combine for 56 points. Next up, we have the results from Week 4. In the first matchup, we had a stunner. Love Thy Neighbors, formerly known as the Next Great Dynasty, decided enough is enough. James put together win number 1 and scored the second most points while doing so. He started Justin Fields, who ended Week 4 as the QB1 with 31.98 points. Smart play there. In the second matchup, we had Fletcher Cox taking down Scott's to Miss Prime and his undefeated record. Joel's team, led by the new running back one in the league, Alvin Kamara, has had 3 games of 20-plus points already. Joel moves to 2-2 and takes on Jake in a huge game next week. Keith, now 3-1, looks to bounce back versus Mike's team in Week 5. Remember the Raiders is one of the hottest teams in the league right now as he steamrolls Charlotte by 61 points and moves to 3-1 despite losing Rashee Rice to a knee injury early in the game. He ended with 0 points. His team was led by the 49ers defense, who dropped a whopping 30 points for him. Next week, he faces a 1-3 team ran by James Jones. Charwood's team thought it was golf and put up the lowest score this week. He faces the best team in the league next week and will need his players to step it up. The next matchup was the Dark Horse and his high score of the week, defeating In the Woo by 42 points. Jake, now 2-2, has scored the 3rd most points this far and looks to continue his high scoring in Week 5. In the Woo takes on Steel City next week with both of those teams desperate to get back into the win column. The final matchup of Week 4, we had Yo-Yo Ma continue his dominance with a 9-point victory over Mike's team, extending his league-leading win streak to 3 games. Yo-Yo Ma's number 1 receiver, Justin Jefferson, is averaging 21.3 points over his last 3 games and is currently ranked the 3rd best wide receiver in the NFL. He improves to 3-1 as Mike drops to 1-3 and has another tough matchup in Week 5. Next up, we have the power rankings. We have Remember the Raiders sitting at the number 1 spot, scoring the most points and sitting at 3-1. Right beneath him, we have Scott's Prime, who just lost his first game of the week. And beneath him, we have the hottest team in the league, Yo-Yo Ma, with his 3-game win streak. Under that, you have Fletcher Cox and the Dark Horse, who are on 1-game win streaks. Then the next 4 are all on losing streaks. And sitting at number 10, despite winning in Week 4, you have Love Thy Neighbors. And that rounds up the power rankings as of Week 4. For the next segment, we have
Bust
of the Week. First off, we have Zay Flowers and Rome Odunze. Both 1 catch for 10 yards.
Bust.
Next up, we had Brees Hall, who had 10 carries, 4 yards, 2 catches for 14 yards. He ended as the RB52.
Bust.
Next up, a reoccurring visitor. We have Mark Andrews, who solidifies himself as the left tackle / tight end. 0 catches for the 2nd game in a row.
Bust.
And finally, we have Josh Allen. He's been the QB1 twice this year. He's been the QB28 twice this year. He threw for 180 yards. He lost a fumble, and he had 7.3 points.
Bust.
For the next segment, we have the random fact of the week with Miley Shelley. Miley Shelley, take it away.
Okay, are we serious? Did somebody call HR on this guy? Yeah. No, he's still calling me the wrong name. I've worked here for like 4 years. Yeah. Oh, and we're live. Hi, everyone. Welcome to week 4. I'm Mary Shelley. This week's fun fact is none other than number 26 for the Philadelphia Eagles, running back Saquon Barkley.
Total yards at 70 yards in their touchdown drive, -1 on the others. Here's Barkley with a big hole, getting to the edge. Saquon Barkley, one man to beat, knocked out of bounds.
At 6 feet, 233 pounds, he currently has 435 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns. Saquon was almost named Tupac after the famous rapper. His dad was a huge fan and wanted to name him Tupac Machiavelli. But ultimately, his mom voted against the idea. During Barkley's 3-year collegiate career, he set many records at Penn State, including one for the most all-purpose career yards at 5,538. As far as Barkley family goes, Saquon is not the only professional athlete. His older brother was drafted to the MLB in 2009. Most notably, his great-uncle, Oran the Blade Barkley, was the 1998 World Boxing Middleweight Champion. If Saquon didn't play football, he says he would be a boxer. On top of all his accomplishments, he can also play the piano, proving that some people really can just have it all.
I got to where I'm at, you show hard work. Your work ethic takes you where you need to go. You can do whatever you want if you put your mind to it. By putting your mind to it, you got to work for it.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
Wow. Me and that Saquon guy, we have the exact same physique. Maybe I'll shoot my shot with that Miley Shelley lady. Well, good night, everyone. That completes the Week 4 recap. Week 5 starts Thursday night as Tampa Bay heads to Atlanta in a huge divisional game. Our matchup of the week is Fletcher Cox versus the Dark Horse. Both of them won in Week 4, and only one will move up a spot in the standings, so be on the lookout for that matchup. I'm Frankie Football.
And I'm Mary Shelley.
And that's a wrap.